Alright, this is going to be a video about how to make one, people disappear in Photoshop, and two, how to make them skinny. So this may be a two-part video, depends on how long it takes. So I have a picture here of some people on the beach. The only thing I've done is added these boxes here to hide their identity. And let's say that this person here is your wife and you want her a picture of her on the beach by herself. And you'd also like her to, I don't know, lose say 50 pounds. So we can do that. First thing I want to do is get rid of all these other people here. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Control plus to zoom in here. That'll give me a chance to zoom in a little further, make it easier to select what I want to select here. And there's several methods you can do this. I'm just going to show you the way I like to do it. I'm going to use the lasso tool here, and I'm going to draw a box around this young man here who looks a lot like my son. And we'll just select all of him. Get pretty close. Don't have to be exact. I'm just getting pretty close here because this is not an exact science. There we go. And now I'm going to drag that box over to the right here, directly to the right. And I'm going to copy by hitting Control C. And then I'm going to drag the box back to the right hand side and Control V. And there we go. Now that wave didn't quite line up there. You can see they're not quite lining up exactly. So I'm going to hit Control Z to undo it, bump it up a couple, and hit Control V, and Control Z again, up a little more. And that's about close enough. Alright, that's good. So that's pretty close there. Now I could leave it like that, but you can see that there is his shadow here, a little square there, and the waves don't quite line up exactly. So I want to fix that. And to do that, I'm going to go over here and use the healing brush tool. And I'm going to change the brush size to about there. That's good. About 50 is good. And you have to alt click to find a point. That's what it's telling me here. Alt click. So I'm going to click right next to the wave here. Hold down alt and click. And then I'm going to click right there where the location is I want to fix. So let's try it again. Hit alt and click. Oh, it's not working because if you notice down here I have two layers. I have the layer from where I cut and the background. I need to flatten the image for it to work. So we'll go to layer, flatten image, and now we have one image you can see, and now this should work. So I'll alt click, and you can even see a little preview of what it's going to do. Boop. There we go. Looks much better. Same thing with this side. We'll alt, clean that up, and we can do that all around the entire image here, around his little cutout to try to clean it up. So we'll do it here too, and we'll do it here too. We'll do it on this wave here also. And just going along, just alt click next to it, then click next to it to bring the wave over. And I can do this because the wave next to it is pretty much the same as what's there already. So cleaning up is a snap when you have the image next to it that's matching it. Now if you don't have the image next to it matching it, then it makes it a little harder. You may have to go find an image that matches. Alright, so now I want to clean up this little spot at the bottom here. Same thing. I'm just going to alt click and just kind of drag across it there. And alt click. There we go. So he's gone. And oh, this is still not quite clean enough for me. I'm going to be a little picky. There we go. Great. So now he's gone. I'll zoom back out. And my son is gone from the picture. And it's really hard to tell that anybody was ever there. I could go back and clean this up a little more, try to make the edges look a little better, but that's good enough for right now. I want to do the same thing with the lady on the right, and the same thing with the boy in the middle, and these guys back here. These guys back here are going to be easy because they're tiny, and I don't really care about the detail in this here. I'm just going to highlight them, and I'll just copy what's next to them, move it back over. And it didn't quite line up like I wanted it to, so I'll move it down a little bit. A couple more spots down. That's good enough right there. Again, I'm going to flatten the image. And I'm going to go ahead and do this guy too at the same time. That's fine. No big deal. Go ahead and copy him. And put it back over here. That's fine. There we go. Again, flatten the image out. And again, I can do the same thing with the healing tool. Heal up those spots. I'm not worried about that right now. I am going to use the healing tool to get rid of the date though. Let's go ahead and heal up the date here. I'm going to increase the brush size though to make sure it covers the whole date. Yep, it sure does. And let's go ahead and heal up this. So I'm going to hit Alt, and we'll just drag right across there, and the date's gone. Very easy. I just alt-clicked below here to take the beach from below and place it over top of that. Lady here, same thing. Now I can, if I wanted to, go ahead and cut her out and copy and paste her, or I can use the beach here and erase her with the beach itself. But as you can see, this doesn't work as well. It kind of leaves edges there, and you still see a little bit of her. I don't like that, so I'm going to do Control-Alt-Z a couple times to go back. And I'm going to lasso her out of here. Let's lasso her. There we go. Again, this doesn't have to be exact. So I'll move this over to the right. We'll copy that part, place it back over top of where she is, and we'll paste it there. And I'm going to move it down just a couple. Just one more. That's pretty good. And then the same thing. I use the healing brush tool, and I would touch up all these spots around the edges here, and I would get rid of her shadow the same way. Alt click below it, and gotta flatten the image again. Flatten it out, and I'll just go ahead and get rid of her shadow, get rid of the bottom here, get rid of all this stuff here. Oops, that was really bad. There we go. Get rid of all this stuff here, and just clean up the image as much as I can. I don't really have to do too much work because I don't really care about the water out here. The focal point of the picture is going to be my wife, not this lady. So those look like crap. Let's just go back and fix those. I want to bring the brush size down. The brush size is way too big. That's what's causing the problem. There we go. And I could zoom in too, make it a little easier to fix. But again, I'm just alt clicking here. And I want to get rid of this lady out here too. Boop, she's gone. There we go. That boat out there, I want to get rid of that too. So let's zoom in to get rid of that boat. And we're going to do Control Plus to zoom in. That boat, let's get rid of that. So I will take my lasso tool again. And I'm just going to go right along the edge of the water there very carefully. And just copy out some sky. Oops. And after I copy it, we'll place it back over top and paste it over top. There we go. And we'll zoom out. And same thing with this little boy here. I want to get rid of him, so I'm going to zoom in. And we'll just go right on the edge here. I get close as I can to the leg, but I don't want to touch it. And there we go. I'll come over here, copy out this part right here. Oops. I have to flatten the image again. Image, go to layer, flatten image. Let's copy that out, and I'll place it right back over there. I think that was about where it's at. Let's paste it in there. I covered up the leg just a little bit, so let's not do that. There we go. That's good. Alright. So now I got him in there. I got his foot inside of here. I'll just use the lasso tool for that also. Kind of cut his foot off there. I'm going to zoom in though because I want to get closest to the leg as I can here. So let's right there. Perfect. There we go. And I'll just take the water next to it here. Copy that. Oops. I need to flatten the image again. You'd think I'd learned my lesson by now. And we'll place it back over it. There we go. And you see our ankle got a little messed up looking there with the cutout I did. I can clean that up with the touch-up tool, but I was using here the healing tool. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out. There we go. So there, all those people are gone now. And so I'll go ahead and File, Save As, and I'll save this as, oops, I need to flatten the image first, again, so I can save it as a JPEG. File, Save As, and I'll call this No People. Yep, maximize, that's good. And if you want to see what it looked like before, so here is the Covered Faces one. So here's the original, and here's what it looks like now. There's the original, and they're gone. I need to clean that one spot up there where the boy was at, but other than that, this picture is pretty much done. I've removed the people that I don't want inside the picture, and I have a picture of my wife on the beach. So in the next part of the series, I'll show you how to manipulate your wife to make her look a little skinnier.